Hey everybody, and welcome back to ChristTube. I hope everybody's doing well today. If you have not already, please like, subscribe, comment, watch previous videos, do whatever you want to do, or jump in right now, that's cool too. So, today we're going to be talking about Abraham, his wife Sarah, and his son Isaac. So, just a little bit of background knowledge, just not really that much background, just kind of like a little bit of facts. Abraham and Sarah are very old. That's all I'm gonna say right now because we gotta read the Bible to find out more. Okay, so as I say in every video, I'm reading from an NIV. You can find it on your spine. Yeah, so I'm gonna be reading from Genesis. So first, what I'm gonna be reading is Genesis 17:1 through 2. So I'm gonna start. When Abraham was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and said, I am God Almighty. Walk before me faithfully and blameless. Then I will make my covenant between you, and you will greatly increase your numbers. So, as you can see, this is a little out of the ordinary. God is talking to Abraham. God doesn't, I don't even know. He's 99 years old and God is talking to him. I think that's kind of cool. And God says to Abraham that you will increase in your numbers. So Abraham doesn't have any kids. So you kind of see a problem. All right. Jumping down to Genesis 17:15 and 16 as well. It states, God also said to Abraham, as for Sarai, your wife, you are no longer to call her Sarai. Her name will be Sarah. I will bless her and will surely give you a son by her. I will bless her so that she will be the mother of nations. Kings of peoples will come from her. So God kind of comes in here and is like, all right, your name isn't going to be Sarai anymore. It's going to be Sarah. So that kind of shows us the power that God has, that, he can change people's names. I think that's kind of cool. I would be a little bit like, I kind of like my name. Like, why are you changing it? But I don't know. Okay, so jumping down again to, now, so let's just kind of backtrack for a second. So Sarah's going to have a son, and she's like, so Abraham is 99 years old. That's pretty old to be having children. Okay, just had to get that out there. All right, so now I'm going to be jumping way down to Genesis 21. So Genesis 21, 1 through 5 states, Now the Lord was gracious to Sarah, as he had said, and the Lord did for Sarah what he had promised. Sarah became pregnant and bore a son to Abraham in his old age, at the very time God had promised him. Abraham gave the name Isaac to the son Sarah bore him. When his son Isaac was 8 days old, Abraham circumcised him as God commanded him. Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him. So, honestly, just to give you a little bit of a picture, like a mental image or mental picture, this would be like your grandma or your great-grandma having a child. Okay, I am blessed. I have, a grandma on my mom's side and a grandma on my dad's side. And actually, I have a great-grandma on my dad's side. So, I am blessed, and my family has lived to be very old. So, that's like my great-grandmother right now. She's in her 90s. That's like her having a child. That's kind of scary because, I would have a relative younger than me, but it would, I don't know, it would be my aunt. I just think that's kind of crazy. So, alright, so Abraham, he has a son. He has his dream son. They're super old. They have a son. They're super excited. Life is good. Alright, so now we're going to go to 22. Abraham is tested. Alright, so Abraham 22, 1 through 8. Or 1 through 7. Yeah. Alright. Sometime later, God tested Abraham. He said to him, Abraham. Here I am, he replied. Then God said, "Take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain I will show you." Early the next morning, Abraham got up and loaded his donkey. He took with him 2 of his servants and his son Isaac. When he had cut enough wood for the burnt offering, he set out for the place God had told him about. On the 3rd day, Abraham looked up and saw the place in the distance. He said to his servants, "Stay here with the donkey while I and the boy go over there. We will worship, and then we will come back to you." Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering and placed it on his son Isaac, and he himself carried the fire and the knife. As the 2 of them went on together, Isaac spoke up and said to his father Abraham, "Father?" "Yes, my son," Abraham replied. "The fire and the wood are here," Isaac said, "but where is the lamb for the burnt offerings?" So I kind of covered a lot here. So Abraham has this son Isaac, had him for a while. They they've just got a son, and Abraham's lived a while with Isaac, and now he has to sacrifice him. If you don't know what sacrifice means, this means that Abraham is going to kill Isaac. So, and I think what's really cool is Abraham doesn't even be like, "Wait, what, Lord? Excuse me, is there any other way?" No, he just is next day, gets on his donkey, zoom, I would be really confused and not that eager to kill my son. But I mean, I doubt Abraham was eager. I guess that's not the right choice of words, but there was no communication. I just wonder what happened in Abraham's mind right there. And then so they're kind of Isaac's gonna get sacrificed, and I love Isaac's okay, Isaac right now is 12 or 13, so he's older, he's a man, and he's gonna get sacrificed. So his dad Abraham, so he bounds Isaac up and is gonna sacrifice him. Isaac's he's a big guy, he could resist, but I don't know. And then Isaac's response is "Dad, you forgot something. Where's the burnt offering? That's the whole reason. That's the whole reason we came. What are you thinking? Are you a little crazy in the brain?" But I just love Abraham's response. It says, Abraham answered, "God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son." So now Abraham, all right, he's set. Isaac is now bound up. He's tied. Abraham is ready to kill Isaac. And then the last second, God saves Isaac. And it also says that God provided a ram instead. And I love that because it's Abraham was going to go all the way for Jesus. He was going to go all the way, and he was going to kill his son. But I love how God provided, and God, he stopped it, because that could have been a catastrophe. And then I also love it how, just think afterwards, they come back down from worshiping, and after they burnt the ram, and then they just go on with their normal lives. Just think, if God wouldn't have provided, it would have just been Abraham walking home. There would have been no Isaac. And I just think, God cares. God cares about what we care about. And Abraham, of course, cared about his son Isaac. And I just honestly, I think this could be a movie. How would it have turned out if Abraham would have actually had to kill Isaac? How would he have told Sarah? Sarah had just only gotten a few years with her, her baby boy, and now he's gone. I can't imagine. I just think how devoted Abraham was to God, and I just think that's very kind of respectful and very, we should live like that, no matter what God tells us to do, we just do it and don't ask questions. So this was kind of a shorter lesson because I don't know, it's just shorter. But if you take away anything, just kind of the 2 big takeaways is, 1, God provides, because even in the darkest valleys, I sure to goodness could think that Abraham in that moment's wow, I'm really killing my son. I couldn't imagine how he was feeling. And also that like devotion. Devotion to God is always going to pay off. You know, you might not like feel that way in the moment, but devotion to God is always going to pay off. So that's all. I hope you like Abraham, Sarah, and Isaac. They're some pretty memorable old people. Bye, guys.